Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name's Aisha Rosley and today I'm talking about my first exam as a student of knowledge. Alhamdulillah. Hi guys, so if you don't know, then I become a student of knowledge in September, a full-time Alima Arabic course. Because if you don't know already, I do have the intention to continue my studies and become a scholar, inshallah. That is my dream. So after this 2-year Arabic course, inshallah, I'll be allowed to take the other Alima courses where I can actually learn different subjects like fiqh and tafsir and, you know, all these kind of things. So I've got my first exam coming up in the next couple of weeks on the 20th of December, and I'm very nervous for it. I think I've been doing all right with my course. I have been keeping up, alhamdulillah, and we've been learning a lot of very, very tricky concepts. So I'm going to give you a brief of what we've learned quickly. First is the dictionary that we have to use. It's the Hansware dictionary. If you've done an Arabic course before, maybe you've used it, I don't know. It's an incredible dictionary and it'd be really hard for me to do this course without this dictionary. So just want to put that out there. And this, guys, is my folder full of stuff. I don't know if you can see. You see all the stuff? All my notes and everything. And then at the back, I've got all like my vocabulary dictionary stuff. And here's one of my most recent homeworks hanging out at the back here as well. This is me writing in Arabic. Don't judge, there's probably lots of mistakes on this. But I'm going to give you an overview of what we've been learning. Anyone who's learned Arabic in this way will know all the topics I'm talking about. If you don't worry. But it'd be interesting for you to hear, because I know before I became a student of knowledge, I would have loved to have seen a video like this. Our first subject we have is Nahu, and after that we have Sarf class. So our Nahu classes, we've learned demonstrative pronouns, definite and indefinite, masculine and feminine, adjectival constructs and genitive constructs, declinable and indeclinable, nominal and verbal sentences, different cases, governing elements, relative pronouns, and then we've just gone on to learn about Kana and its sisters. That might sound like gibberish to you, I'm sorry if it does, but we pretty much, in Nahu, we're learning about how to structure sentences pretty much. And you know what? Arabic is a very, very, very difficult language. Very difficult. I am in awe at anyone that speaks Arabic. Mashallah, seriously, it is a very difficult language. But alhamdulillah, I'm so glad that I'm doing this course. And then in Sarf class, we're learning more about verbs. We're learning more about how the verbs change depending on governing elements, so like whether it's like a masculine or feminine subject, or like how many people and tenses and all this stuff. So we have learnt some things that I never would have dreamed of in this class. So obviously we've learned about tenses, so like past tense, present, future, adjussive, subjunctive, imperative. We've learned chapter 1 verbs, chapter 2 verbs and chapter 3 verbs. So pretty much verbs can change the meaning completely depending on what chapter they're in. It's mad. It's completely crazy. And this dictionary is what helps you do it. With this dictionary you can look, I went to a verb, for example. So you can look at the verb and you can see, for example, like in chapter 1 it would mean to be safe, right? But if it's in chapter 2 it would be like to preserve, which is kind of similar. But in chapter 3, it would be to keep the peace. Don't know how anyone's done this. I honestly think people that know Arabic's brains must be massive. Must be huge. But mashallah, it's really, really good. So, my exam. So, because our course is meant to be at the school, but it's not because of COVID, we do it all online. So our exam is also going to be in that same format, it's going to be online. And we have to pass the exam if we want to carry on with the course. If you have any advice for me, then please give it to me. I love hearing your advice. So any advice on how to get better, how to prepare for this exam, if you've been in the same situation, if you know any of the subjects I'm talking about, I would love to hear that too. So if I want to pass, I need to get 50 to 69% right. If I want a merit, I need 70 to 79%. If I want a distinction, I need 80 to 100%. Obviously, I'm going to aim for a distinction because I'm that kind of person. But what they're going to do is they're going to send it to us. And then obviously we're not allowed to use like any translators or anything. But we have to pretty much apply everything we've learned and do the exam in that way. Because most of what we're doing is learning how to read and write Arabic with the intention of understanding the Quran. It's not a spoken Arabic course. We're not learning how to speak Arabic. So if I go to Egypt, for example, I could have a conversation. We're learning with the intention of unlocking the Quran and understanding Hadith. So this is the kind of format it's going to be in. And I'm very, very, very excited. So like I said, guys, please keep me in your du'as. This time in 2 years, inshallah, I'll be taking my first exam in my scholar course, which that would be amazing. Imagine me becoming a scholar. Insane, but that'd be great if I could, inshallah. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys again very soon. Alhamdulillah.